Hello.
Hey everyone.
How is everybody?
Happy Monday night. Or maybe morning, depending on what country you're in.
Charlie Riser.
Well, it's actually Tuesday on the Eastern world. So
There you go.
but we all do that anyways.
I didn't.
Flip the world over, right?
Yeah.
Is it yesterday anywhere in the world?
Well, we're yesterday for them, so
Oh,
technically, yes. We're behind them far enough.
Welcome everybody to our live Q&A. Thanks for being here, everybody. We have a few coins to show tonight. We have a really exciting one. We may have a guest. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking questions at the end after we're done showing the coins, because next Monday we won't be here. You guys know that we've been talking about the Tulsa, Oklahoma coin show for a while now, and it is next week. So several of us are leaving on Tuesday. Well, a couple of us are leaving on Tuesday. And so Monday's just going to be a busy day for a couple of us. So we're just going to take next Monday off. But we are going to be live streaming from the coin show. So we'll have an extra day, probably a couple times. So, yeah.
That's right. Ought to be fun.
It's going to be a ton of fun. And I want to remind everybody, if you're an ANA member and you have not voted yet, make your voice heard. Get your ballot in by July 1st. So make sure you guys are voting for your ANA board.
I have voted.
I have voted too.
Can you do it online? I think they said you could, couldn't you?
I don't know. I got a ballot. So.
I know. But if you don't have a ballot, I think there's a place you can do it, maybe.
I did it the old-fashioned way.
Joey, no Popeye. I am not at my house.
And speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Who's that? It's a black screen.
I think it's Joe Cronin.
There he is.
Hey, Joe. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you're here. Everybody say hi to Joe. Some of you might know him. Some of you might not. We haven't, gosh, it's been like a year and a half or something, huh, Joe?
Pretty much, yeah.
Since your first book. I think since the first edition.
Since the first edition, yeah.
I think so.
Probably, yeah. I normally, in addition to teaching, I normally work Monday nights, and Friday nights I work at a Polish restaurant. So I very seldom have a Monday night off.
Joe, are you washing dishes?
Oh man, I always wash dishes. I wash my husband. My wife's got it made. I do the lawn. I do my own laundry. I'm kind of a neat freak.
No.
Yeah. Rumor has it you're doing something else too.
What, babies?
I think so. I heard something about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm off tonight because I've been off for a couple weeks. My wife and I had a definitely 100% a miracle child. After trying for like 6 years and being told nothing but bad news, it's great. He's absolutely healthy. There's nothing they're monitoring or need to monitor, and it's just it's really good for my wife too. It was really heartbreaking to get invitations for like baby showers and stuff, and it broke my heart that her heart was breaking. And you really got to feel for people that are in that situation, and like I don't ask people anymore if they have children.
Yeah.
Right.
If you tell me, that's great, because we know for 6 years how agonizing it was, and you try to not be bitter about it, but if you go to something like a shower, you're going to be in tears, you're going to be a mess, all the attention's going to be on you, be seen as selfish because you're taking away from this celebration of the party. So there's just a lot of things that you had to kind of go through, but God willing, it worked, and we're very grateful for it. And he's just been he's been a total joy.
He's amazingly scrumptious.
That's awesome.
I
Congratulations.
want to get my
Yeah.
hands on little Joseph. I was talking about him before you got on here. I'm like, he has a full head of hair. My babies were all bald.
Yeah, no, he definitely has a big mop on him, just like his dad.
He's
So.
so cute. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so Joe is here tonight because we're going to be talking about something pretty special. That well, he owns now, and he's going to be going into. You're going to talk about it for us, right, Joe? I'm sorry, I didn't even tell him. Joe, you're going to come here.
No, I can definitely add whatever you'd like to go over and however much detail you have. I probably have until about I'm on baby duty at like 5 after 9, so I'll squeeze in as much as I can with questions, and you guys can probably just continue on. But I'm here mainly as a resource.
Well, we'll do that coin first, and actually Amanda made slides and everything of all of the photos that you sent to us of Facebook and everything. So,
Okay.
and to let you guys know that don't know who Joe Cronin is, Joe, I'm going to let you talk a little bit and introduce yourself if that's okay.
Oh, sure. My name is Joe Cronin. I'm a former customs agent with the U.S. Customs Service, immigration, and I worked in tandem with the U.S. Terrorism Task Force, the U.S. Secret Service. When 9/11 was going on, we worked with all those agencies all the time. I left there in 2002. I'm currently a history teacher in the Buffalo area, which I love, and I've been doing it. I've been teaching off and on now for about 22 years. So again, the suburb just outside of Buffalo, and I took an interest to coins, as most of you, through like a parent or a friend. My dad was into it. My dad didn't have a lot of fancy stuff, but my dad loved history. He loved reading about presidents, and we would travel all over the place. And part of your history is reflected through coinage. And I took an interest to it, and I kind of faded off for a little bit. And then it picked up when I worked back for the federal government, and I was trained to help detect smuggling and how people smuggle things, how they modify things, how they alter things. If you're sick and tired of hearing how, it's China, China, China in terms of counterfeiting, it's because they very well deserve it. Working for the Customs Service, I learned that the nation of China, through not only independent people from the government, but the government itself, actively has counterfeit operations. They have counterfeit operations that the government runs and pretends they don't know about. They have counterfeit operations that they don't know about. Just like in here, there are mafioso type groups who are hiding from the government because the government doesn't get their cut sent to the Chinese Communist Party. But honestly, if you name it, they will fake it. They fake car parts. They fake baby formula. And the nice thing about my job is we would have representatives come and they would show you how to tell the real product from the fake product. Things you would never think of. Like there are companies that devised their own lasers that when it's shined on the product, there are certain threads or certain colors that will come out, but only on the laser light that their company developed. Just really, really cool stuff. And I just remember going through my dad's collection. He had some Morgan dollars, and I was able to point out which ones were fake. And some of them he knew were fake. And then there were a couple that he didn't know were fake. And it was kind of cool that, here I'm a 20-something, year-old young buck, and my dad, who loved this kind of stuff, didn't even know how it was done. So that's kind of really where I started with like errors and dye varieties. And what you really do is you learn a lot about this stuff when you learn the way something is made. You become like an expert just by learning how something is made. The ingredients or the materials that they use, the processes that are used to produce it, how they've changed over the years, reasons why things have changed. Is it new because it's a new design for a commemorative, or are they running out of a resource, or is the cost of something going up? So you kind of learn that, and it's very, I learn all the time. I will shy you away from people who claim that they're an expert on things, because to me, and I know there's people that Paula knows too, even the experts very seldom claim, that they really are experts, because, and to me, an expert means you've mastered everything. And you really have to be open to learning a lot of new things, and being humble and accepting when you've been wrong about something, and to be graceful about it, not to be a jerk about it. But that's kind of my background and how I got into like things like errors and fakes and varieties, was just the training I had from the government, showing you what they do and how they smuggle things, and picking out fake driver's licenses and social security cards and all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty much my bio. I'm living in the Buffalo area. I stay here because the weather is good. But trust me, as soon as I'm able to retire, I'll have my foot on a beach somewhere, probably before the ink dries.
Take me with you.
I really can't wait. But
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, we
Sure.
are, we always consider it a blessing when you join us. And I can tell you guys that Joe is an instrumental part of this channel, even though you don't see him, because I pick his brains constantly. I probably drive him crazy sometimes. If I have a question, if you guys send us coins, we tell you guys a lot that if we don't know, we have people we ask, and Joe is like my go-to guy. I send him questions a lot, and he is gracious. And I can tell you that there are times when Joe says, well, let me get back to you. And he may have somebody who I know in the background that maybe he asks. And Joe will tell you too, also, Joe, that there are times when we see them clash. They don't always agree on things. So This isn't an exact science. There is always room to learn, and always room to make mistakes. And I think that is important, pointing that out, that it is important to be humble. And yeah.
Yes, please be humble.
And Joe is the author of these books that you guys know we've given away copies. We'll be giving away another copy when we're in Tulsa next week. So, Joe, what made you decide to write your books?
Well, I hate to say this after what you just said, but I hated people asking me questions all the time. No, seriously. I did it because when I went to local area shows, I felt I was answering the same question all the time. So what I decided to do was a couple things. I just made slides for people to read at a reading level that everybody can understand. It's like when I wrote the book for a couple of reasons. Number one, the biggest reason was going to shows and, being a teacher. And I hope this doesn't come off as arrogant, because I'm not. Not everybody can do it, right? I teach 10th graders. I have to have a blend of being serious, and you have to know when to be forgiving and when to be unforgiving. And to me, a good teacher, even if you're not a teacher per se, but you know how to teach others, like, if you're a good underwater welder, or if you're a good chemist, you have to have an ability to be able to present something that someone who isn't an expert can understand and have a mental image in their head. You have to present in such a way where someone who's never seen this thing before can understand it. Because if you just start talking directly into a bunch of mumbo jumbo technical terms, you have lost people. You bore them immediately. You get that pit in your stomach, like you want to get the hell out of here, and you've lost them. Mm-hmm. So you really have to kind of find a way to be able to be patient and to have that skill. And it's a skill not everybody has, right? I tell people, like, when I teach a class, my job is to make something that can be difficult and to make it understandable. Like, can I do that, right? Can I help you with a mental image in your head. Can I help you make connections? And so I wrote the book, number one, so that people who didn't know could understand, because I always had the same 4 or 5 people asking me the same question every single time. So I thought, I'm going to give you a printout. Here it is, right? And then when I started collecting things, I'm thinking, very few people collect like errors and these types of counterfeits and things. So I have to make a list not only of what I have, but what it is. So if something happens to me, my family knows this is what I have, and this is roughly what it's worth, and this is why it's an error, even though it doesn't look like it. This is the fake one. This is the real one. So I was just writing a catalog of everything, and then I had to I better take pictures. And then I said, well, I better give a description. And then I thought, well, I better make a comparison to a real one, to a fake one, or to an error. And then I was putting it into like little, compartments. And I at one point I said, I even though I don't know it yet, and I don't really want to do it, I'm actually writing a book. So I just said, what the hell, I might as well do it. I honestly, because error collecting when the book says I study counterfeits, what I really do is I study counterfeit and altered coins that look like errors, but I also do stuff, that are non-error counterfeits. But I honestly, when I had to get these made, because there are so few error collectors, I didn't think I would sell 20 books. When I put my first order in for 50 books, I'm thinking I'm going to be stuck with 20 books for 20 years. That was a nice labor of love for a few people to appreciate, and half of the ones that I made I gave away to family and stuff. But no, I've sold. I think I'm up to 760. I sold 4 today, and I have 2 left.
Nice. I saw that you were like,
yeah, really, it was about. But the biggest compliments I get are the photographs and the ability to write things in a way people can understand. But yet you can't bore people who are advanced, right? So you really have to kind of pull all that in, and with that, I think that's the best part of my book is people can read it and you can understand it.
I agree.
Which is what I'm hoping for. I want people to know and learn about it, and I enjoyed it. But lately, in the last couple of years, I've enjoyed more than errors. I've enjoyed detecting fakes and studying different types of fakes and how they're made and what they use. And unfortunately, with home technology getting better, the technology is also getting better for people who want to do nefarious things in their own house with the way technology is going now. So it's getting bad. There's more, online fraud. There's more, and collector fraud is in everything. It's in like mint packaged video games to Star Wars toys to even like I saw people are faking Girl Scout patches.
Oh my God.
Anything that can be collected, anything can be faked. So that's why I always said the most important thing to do is to learn how something is made. That's critical for you to keep yourself educated.
Yeah,
I haven't looked, but are they selling Girl Scout patches on Temu yet?
Oh gosh. What about Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
I've never seen those
too, Paula.
Well, I have seen. I hold the Buffalo Port record for a cigar seizure. It was 600,000 boxes of cigars.
Wow.
oh my gosh.
There was a guy in New Jersey who, because cigarettes and cigars in New Jersey and New York City are like the tax alone is worth more than they sell them here. So what he was doing is he was going to Canada and he was smuggling them on the Amtrak train. And when we had to empty out the train because there was a bomb threat, I had to match every single person with their bag. And there were about 25 bags left unclaimed that didn't have a tag. So I opened up all the bags and there were cigars. But what really annoyed this guy is what he thought was about $700,000 in Cuban cigars. The label on the cigar was a fake. They were Dominicans. So
oh my God.
he lost all the cigars.
Jeez.
And he won't get the money back from where he bought it. So so again, they fake everything. Tax stamps, you name it, it's faked.
Yeah, we
Video of.
did
It's
a
really
video.
depressing.
We did a video last week, I believe, when Jack joined. Which if you guys in chat, if you're not part of our Facebook group, you should be. But we had Jack Young join our group last week, which was
Oh,
really
nice.
exciting for me. I was really excited about that. He actually asked to join our group, so I was really excited. But that's because I joined his Counterfeit group and I sent him that coin. But I didn't realize how bad it was until I joined his group and we started looking into these fake slabs and stuff that they're doing now. It's amazing. It's unbelievable that what they're doing now. I mean, we really have to I'm very protective. Everybody in chat knows we all are super protective of not just our viewers, but like the entire coin community on YouTube. So we try to do things like the video that we did last week and stuff, and the fake errors on eBay. Amanda does videos on those all the time for our channel. It's incredible what people are doing and how they just take advantage of people. You know, it just it really bothers me. So I was super excited to have Jack join our group, and I think you guys are a huge asset to us. You're getting
Jack is probably.
Sorry, you're getting a ton of compliments in the chat.
Oh, no, I think Jack is probably one of the most knowledgeable people of all the experts I know, either in Canada, the United States, and a couple of guys I know in France. He's very, very into detail and studying, and he's very, very humble. He's a joy to talk to. He's got a great sense of humor. And you know, he's another one. He'll tell you if he doesn't know something, or he'll look it up, and he doesn't just say, "Oh, this is that," which, you know, you appreciate, because, you know, your credibility is everything. So, but he's just an amazing person, and I always enjoy when he messages me back and we get to chat for a bit. He's super, super nice guy, very, very smart, and very knowledgeable too.
Really knowledgeable. Is he doing the counterfeit thing at the summer seminar this year, or for the?
I don't know if he's doing it this year.
Protection, or
I don't know. I had never applied, and I actually applied, and I had to refuse it because we weren't expecting, you know, to have a baby. I wanted to go to the counterfeit classes that they offer in Denver, but you know, down the road maybe so. But I can't leave this little guy yet, not for a few years anyway.
Probably not even for a minute. Come on.
Not for a week. No, certainly not for a week. So.
So I just wanted to acknowledge a few things in our chat. Sorry, you guys, I get to talking to Joe, and anyway, Dennis, thank you for the $10 super chat. Strayman, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Silver Stacker in Training. Now, you are familiar with him, Stephen Parkhurst. I had you send him a book. He sent us a $200 super chat. He's a huge supporter of this channel, and everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for being here. And this really is an honor and a pleasure to have Joe be able to join us. And I know he's got things to do, so I think that we're going to go ahead and get that Henning nickel up and let you talk a little bit about that. Let me pull
sure.
So you guys, thank you for being here. Live Coin Q&A for June 19th, 2023. Gosh, it's already. I'm going to look for it here because it's in our slides, and I think Amanda probably had it last.
Yeah, while you're doing that, Paula, just to let everybody know, we're not going to be on Monday. We just have a few coins to talk about tonight, and then we'll probably end up fielding some questions from chat, as we normally do at the end of the month during the cramp sessions. So.
Yeah, and thanks again for everybody for being here. And sorry we didn't let Shannon do his little hello to everybody in the beginning. So I'm going to read this, Joe, and then we'll pull up the slides and talk a little bit about this.
Sure.
1953, Henning nickel. If you guys remember, for the last few weeks, I've been talking about Joe had a bounty out for anybody that found him a 1953 Henning nickel for sale. And, oh, what happened? I think we skipped a slide. What happened? Oh, never mind. And it just so happened that a couple days or a couple weeks ago, we got an email in our inbox. 1953 Henning nickel from Joe Cronin several days ago. I was contacted by Paula about a coin owned by Lee M. I was asked to review if his coin could possibly be a Henning nickel and the rarest date of all the famous Jefferson nickel counterfeits, a 1953. In order, okay, I think you're supposed to be reading this, but in order of rarity from rarest to most common, his dates includes 1953, the rarest, 1946, 47, 39, and the 44 no key. Okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start reading that because
I have a real quick question. I just want to make sure that
okay.
If I'm just totally wrong, tell me, Joe, but isn't the 44P the easiest one just to identify because it has no mint mark? And maybe that's why it's the most common?
Yeah, and it's probably why they found the most of them, that they're I mean, for people who know war nickels, that's the easiest one. So even if you've never heard of Henning, you're going to notice that there's no mint mark on it, and you're going to ask somebody. And now with social media, like the prices of these things have like doubled, tripled, quadrupled. I remember buying them not too long ago for $25-30, and now they're like $150.
Wow.
But yeah, it's the easiest to find. So I've always wondered, did he just make more of those? Because he threw a bunch out when he realized he was going to get caught. He dumped a bunch. So
and the dies too, right?
What's that?
And the dies? Did he throw the dies out?
Yeah, a bunch of blanks. I mean, the feds did find some things, because he wasn't the cleanest person. He had stuff all over the place. But so I always wondered, were there more 44s and everything else, or is it just they're just the easiest to find? And who knows? I have no idea. But they are definitely the easiest.
Right.
And again, even people who don't know Henning, you can find them and you'll see them. So the other ones you kind of have to look for them.
Well, and this one is very interesting too, and you'll talk about it more, but it definitely makes me wonder how many more of these are out there.
Right.
Oh yes, yeah. So Lee told me that he got a $100 nickel bag, and that he was looking through it. In law enforcement, nickel bag means something else, but $100 bag. So, and he said, yeah, I'm just looking for anything that really shouldn't be in here. Things like the odd Buffalo nickel or a Liberty nickel, or, some war nickels, or, something that'll be worth, buying the bag. And then he said he's also filling albums, and I don't know if he's giving them away or selling them. And he said he remembered hearing something about these, and something about the date. So he kind of pulled one aside and then he weighed it, because a lot of them they're not really to specs in terms of the weight. They're under or over. And it was 10% overweight, which is a lot. People don't think 5.5 grams is really that much overweight, but it really is. That is not within 10% is not within mint tolerance for something like that. And so I thought, well, it doesn't have the usual markings on it. It doesn't have like, the one dot, they call it the dot reverse above the left-hand upper part of the Monticello. It doesn't have the looped R. But there was something that I noticed that it did have that is also found on looped R's, and it is above the EN and the word cents. Between the E and the N and above it, it looks like a little smudge or a little indentation. And I found that actually a couple years ago, because when I was doing photographs for my book, I realized I used the wrong reverse when I was getting the page set up. And I'm thinking, which one is it? So I had to get it all over again and take a picture of it. And I'm like, well, okay, I have the picture. Now, which one is it? So I noticed that a lot of them have that little mark that you see on your screen above the EN and cents, but I only see those on the looped R reverses, except this one doesn't have a looped R reverse. If you see it on that photo there, you can see the R is normal, but you definitely see that that mark above the EN. And if any of you collect them and you have a looped R, if that area isn't damaged, you're going to see it. So, but that in and of itself really isn't that significant. What I did find was that it has that marking without the looped R on it. So I thought, well, all right, it's overweight. It has the look of a Henning. Hennings they look like you're looking at sandstone. They're all kind of grainy, mushy looking. It's when you look at a lot that are worn, they don't look right. You know, a lot of times when a coin looks worn, it gets flat and smooth, but yet these often look worn and they're not flat and smooth, which is strange. So I thought, well, it looks like it. It has the right weight. It has that marking. There's a couple other dots and markings that it has. So I was about 75% sure. So I said, well, send it to me. And then when he sent it to me, a friend of mine, I can't use the name of his business because when I had the coin scanned, he said, look, you know, the place I brought it to is the largest volume buyer of gold and silver coins in bulk and in bullion this close to on the East Coast all the way to Nevada. No one buys more than this guy in all of North America, up to going west to Las Vegas. And he said, look, you know, we're in the business of buying and selling bullion. We're not in the business of certifying. He said, so you know, we're not going to put something on a letterhead for you because if for some reason it's proven that we didn't scan it correctly, then it's going to be our name, and you know, reputation is everything. So please don't use our name. Don't print it. Don't publish it. Don't put it on social media. And I said, okay. So I'm trying to get one of the universities to put their name on it. But it's scanned what most Henning nickels are. They're 79% copper and 20% nickel, which again is out of specs from what they're supposed to be at 75-25. So with all these things falling into place, it looks like it has the correct weight because many of them are overweight. It had that marking above the EN. The scan came back good. So I ran it by a couple people. I ran it by Jack Young, who could find no reason to discredit my findings. And then a guy named Winston Zach, who wrote a book on counterfeits. Again, he said, you know, this is a good find. So, you know, I told Lee that I said I'm going to move to 100%. That's what this is, and it's a looped R reverse, but without the looped R in it. So, so the other thing this proves is that looped R was not on the die when he started. It happened at some point after he would have been using it. So
the 47 also has both, right? The looped R and.
Yeah, I have every one of his other dates I have with looped R's. They have that same mark. It's in the exact same place. It's the same size. I took 6 and I did a black and white outline scan and I superimposed everything. It's in the exact same place. Yeah. It just depends on the level of wear on it. There's even one, I don't know if you have a photograph of it, but the finest known Henning nickel is 1944. And even that, I don't know if you have that one or not. Even that one has the.
I don't think we do.
Okay, but if you go on ARF.com and you look at the Henning nickels, the one that's in the nicest shape has the looped R and it has that little ding on it.
Let's see.
So I guess what this means is, you know, maybe people need to relook at everything. So it was really remarkable that, you know, that Lee was alert enough to spot it and think that, you know, it could be a possibility. And it just seems everything is bizarrely coincidental. So I've been paying people, you know, a finder's fee. I offered $150 if you can just find one for me that someone wants to sell. But I've been looking for quite a long time to finally complete all 5 of them, and I got it. So if you have those dates and they look worn, those are some diagnostics you should look for. But you know, the looped R is not exclusive anymore. There's that other mark, and you might have one before that mark happened on the die. So I'm hoping a lot more people find them.
And this one weighed 5.4, is that right? 5?
It was 5.5. Actually, it was 5.52.
Okay, 5.52. Okay,
Right, but I just say 5.5.
way out of tolerance. Yeah.
So there's a good question, because I know we've talked about this before, but what's the rules around, buying and selling these things since they are counterfeit?
Well, you're allowed to possess, in terms of coins, you're allowed to possess something that's counterfeit.
Mm-hmm.
You're even allowed to sell something that's counterfeit. If the person knows it's counterfeit and you advertise or selling a counterfeit, really, it only becomes illegal if you try to use it as currency.
Gotcha.
That's where you get into trouble. Now, with other stuff, with when you go to purse parties, people who are doing something that is not made by the government like that, because if you think about it, the government really doesn't make anything, right? The government really doesn't produce anything. In fact, most of our coins are contracted out to some company. So the government really just provides services. Like the government we don't make shoes, we don't make tanks, we don't make food. So those other things that are made by private companies, those are illegal to possess, they're illegal to make, they're illegal to sell, they're illegal to trade. So that's kind of where it's different with US with coins and stuff. I don't really know who you're defrauding by having a fake. But when you go to spend it as currency, that's when you get into a problem.
Or sell it as something that it's not.
Right, if you sell
intent to defraud, right?
Right, if you sell it as a item.
Yeah, I just I know I kind of got into Jack Young's discussion about Daniel Carr's stuff. that's a slippery slope.
What I think about Daniel Carr?
Huh?
What I think about Dan Carr?
Well, yeah, Jack Young had a bit of a discussion on his page. I don't think he's a fan.
No, I mean the thing with his, like technically you can create something called a fantasy piece, which is a coin that never existed, like a 1975 quarter. Again, but he often does it by defacing real coins, which technically is against the law. But he doesn't really hide the fact that he does it. So I don't know. Honestly, for me, I don't really have a problem with what he does.
Yeah, so I never even considered Daniel Carr's stuff as anything other than exonumia or fantasy stuff,
I agree, absolutely.
Yeah.
And as far as like defacing things, I think that because there's counter stamp coins, there's elongated cents, there's bills that have stamps on them, things like that.
Nickels.
I in my opinion, I think it all goes back to intent. Like what are you making it into something other than what it is? Are you putting a 5 on a $10 bill and making it a $50 bill? Or I don't know. It's a discussion that there are people in the middle, then there's opposed and for, and there's those two collide. People have strong opinions on it.
Yeah, they're very overly passionate about it, and it usually involves in people being unfriended or
it does.
Not spoken to, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think his stuff is neat, but like I said, they're not. You wouldn't be missing something from your collection if you didn't have it, unless you collect his pieces.
Yeah, Kaneka did it too. They did an overstrike. I know they've done at least one. I think they've done several, but
I know that the federal government, when they had a shortage of a bit, they would when they had really bad looking large cents, they kind of cut them down and then used them to make half cents. So even the government did it, but it was for a different purpose. But
right.
But they have done that.
Yeah. It's just I like to watch the discussion. I try to stay out of it. I gave my opinion, just kind of like a non-biased opinion, and just said, well, I can see both sides. But I honestly never even thought people considered Daniel Carr's stuff counterfeit or anything like that. I think Jack's problem is the resale. I think that's where he has the problem.
Yes, because I actually own a like a 1975 Daniel Carr, like the silver quarter and the regular one. I'm trying to find an Eisenhower one, and I forget what he sold it for, but people are asking close to like $700-800. I'm like, no,
Oh yeah.
I don't like him that much. the thing with Henning, like, you know, and I know this just from, you know, in customs when I had to deal with people who actually, you know, would fly on private planes and they were art dealers and stuff, because there are a lot of counterfeits that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that are paintings too. And the thing with counterfeiting really comes down to this: if it's a known counterfeiter, if it's got an interesting story to it, and you can identify that person's fakes, that's usually what makes them kind of more collectible. If you can find out like who the person was and there's a story behind it, you know, people like that. You know, there's people that will buy pretty much work from anybody, you know. But just with his, you know, his life turned out pretty miserable. He did eventually go to jail or go to prison for a bit, and then he kind of was like a recluse with part of his family and stuff, you know, right until he died. But yeah, that's why, like, what makes one counterfeit more like this isn't a Chinese fake. This is a really cool story of how he got caught. Just made like a humorous blunder. You know, the Fed's looking for the guy. People still looking for his stuff in the rivers where he dumped stuff. It's a neat story.
Right.
Well, like the guy that did all the Mormon counterfeit stuff, that supposedly there's rumor out there that he may be the one who made the 59 mule or 59 with years.
I 100% absolutely do believe that.
I do too. I'm in that camp.
I believe he did. I don't know if you guys know this. There's a story about him, but it's not about the coin. It's called Murder Among the Mormons. And the intensity that this guy did to fake old documents, how to look up recipes for the ink they would have used at the time, the paper they would have used at the time. And I'm thinking, how would he get a hold of paper they used at the time? And then I can't believe I didn't think of this. He would go to archives and libraries, take out a book, you know, have access to a book that was printed in like the early 1800s, because books, like, they would often have like blank pages in them. He would just cut out a blank page.
Yeah.
So the blank page is authentic for the time. So, you know, when you do acid tests and light tests and other scans, that's a legitimate paper that was made in the 1800s. And then, you know, looking up how they made the ink and how he got the things he would do to get the ink to bleed through a little bit, but not too much. I mean, this guy, I mean, he was a murderer, but he was a genius. He was absolutely,
yeah. He started off doing he started out with coins.
Yeah, coins and stamps. Like, I know he faked like Mormon currency and stuff, but that Murder Among the Mormons, it starts off a little slow, but it's
a
really
great documentary.
It's really fascinating. It's still up on Netflix. I saw it up the other day, but
if
you want to know who he was and that he was capable. And the other thing, and I put in the new version of my book, is that when that coin was found, the coin was found by a police officer who lived where he was from.
Oh, I did not know that.
The person that claimed to have first found it was a police officer from that city in Utah. And that is, I mean, that's
coincidental, huh?
To say that's a coincidence, that's just not believable.
Yeah.
Right?
So in case you guys don't know what we're talking about the 1959 Lincoln cent with the wheat reverse, the only one ever known that has and has not been authenticated. Didn't one of the third-party graders it was the Secret Service or something said it was real, right?
Yeah,
but none of the third-party graders will authenticate it.
Yeah, the Secret Service, I think on 2 occasions said it was good. I know Fred Weinberg handled it personally. He said it's not any good.
Yeah. Well, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'd take his opinion over the Secret Service any day, I think.
Right. I mean, if he could fake all those documents, it's a lot less labor intensive to electroplate a die.
Right.
You know, like that. If you know anything about machines and being a millwright or a tool and die maker, it's not that hard to do that.
Well,
The stuff he did
better and better at doing it now. We've seen
exactly the stuff he was doing with the documents. That was like
crazy.
weeks. But it's again, it's called Murder Among the Mormons, and it's a 4-part. I think it's 4-part series, but you really get to know.
It is really good.
Who Hoffman was and that he's capable of it. It's a shame that he put his talents to something like that.
It really is. He was brilliant. But crazy. A lot of people look at green. Anyway, that's another story.
It's another story.
So let's go back to the beginning. Joe, you can hang out as long as you want to. We love to have you. You can answer some questions if you want. I don't know how much longer you have, but we're going to get through a couple emails here real quick. If that's
sure.
Okay.
I can probably do another probably 7 or 8 minutes.
7 or 8? Okay, we'll talk really fast.
Oh, sure.
Okay, Adam, you want to read this one?
Sure. 1996D Lincoln Memorial Set from Stray. Hi, everyone. I ran across this 1996D in a roll hunt. I thought I would share it for possible informational purposes. It appears to be a clogged die on the second tee of trust. Keep your eye out for a possible dropped letter.
Well, that's what it looks like to me.
Definitely clean.
Yep.
Clean.
Moving on.
Very cool.
Sean, yeah.
So yeah, 1852 3-cent silver die cracks from Chase N. Hey there, I just picked this 3-cent silver tonight on eBay for $56. In addition to having pretty good devices, and while I'm not 100% positive yet, it also looks to have at least 2 cracks and improper annealing. Any thoughts on this new score?
I think Joe will like this one.
Let me see. I'm going to try and make this.
There's a good close up.
I think we have a picture of the reverse too. Oh, that's really close up. Hang on. There we go.
Just trying to see the one that's on the screen now, like a 180-degree flip in that same area. I can't tell if that's a cracked planchet or if
that's what it looks like to me.
Up here? It could be cracked, and then it just has other laminations.
Laminations and stuff, yeah. Because you see by the America through the A and N there.
But I think I see.
I don't know if we have a edge shot. I guess we don't, but.
Yeah, that part looks cracked.
That's a
I mean, that's a lamination issue right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's not really annealing.
No.
Problem there.
But I mean, these were tiny, and I think that.
And they're super thin too.
All the pressure and
they're fragile.
So what would you say, Joe? Would you call this a cracked planchet with lamination, or?
Yeah, I would just have to see the complete other side of trying to figure out.
Yeah,
where
we don't think we don't have a full reverse, huh?
No, there wasn't one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say. I mean, they look like laminations. I would say I need more photos, I guess.
Yeah, the edge and.
But that's normally what they look like. Like they go right to the edge. Like even if you had like a shot of the rim or something there too, that would be helpful.
Right.
or of the edge rather.
Yeah, we don't have the edge, but that one does look like it goes all the way through. I mean, without seeing the edge shot, it kind of looks like there's a little displacement there.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
I love these coins.
Yeah, 3 cents, awesome. So, star note from Chastity K. Hey guys, just watched your video today, Sean, while going through Eleanor quarters. The print run is 250,000. It was the video with the star that was upside down. Pretty cool to just happen across this one.
We've been getting a lot of currency questions, Joe. I'm being forced to learn a little bit about currency.
Yeah, currency is one thing I don't know other than the anti-counterfeiting techniques up until 2010. After that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's been included that is not disclosed to the public. I only know from 2010 to before, so I don't know. And I'm guessing a star note means that they had to replace a dollar that was damaged. So they had to, like, if they had to make 10,000 and they have like 10,900, they got to print 100 more because they were damaged. So those would be 100 star notes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
That is correct.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, they are replacement notes for damaged.
So this one's pretty low serial.
This is pretty low. Pretty low. Yeah.
Pretty good for dollar poker too.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Low
there
print
you
run.
go. I think there are certain serial numbers that are like poker numbers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like what do they call it, liar's poker?
Yeah. I usually defer these questions to one of the other panel members because I got my hands full with learning other stuff.
Well, you know, I learned working at customs as people are bringing cars in that people from Japan will pay tens of thousands of dollars to buy somebody's license plate that has a certain sequence on it.
Wait a minute, what? Really? Like 8
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, they'll pay like when a friend of mine was in the service, went to Japan, they went off base. They were at a hotel, and the one hotel, a lot of numbers were missing because the designer, I guess, was somehow superstitious, but like numbers like 7, 11, 14, I forget some other numbers. They just didn't put them on there because they were bad luck. And then there are some numbers that are really good luck, and somebody had some license plate. Paula, if I can find the article, I'll send it to you. It's not really nothing related, but these people went nuts offering to buy the sequence, the numerical sequence on this license plate because it just meant something like fantastic luck, and it was just a ridiculous amount of money for it. It was just really, really cool. So,
Oh my God.
Well,
I hope it wasn't off of a salvaged car.
Yeah. So what was it they wanted to look at this dollar bill? I'm sorry, I got off track.
Yeah, the serial number, the low serial number, right?
Okay.
Yeah, then it's a low print run.
Very
also.
low serial number and low print run.
I guess I don't know what's considered a low serial number.
Well, traditionally,
So
I think it's been
5 leading zeros and then any 3 digits and under. So 999 and under. Although people have kind of adopted maybe 4 leading zeros and a 4-digit serial. I'm more of the old school kind of guy and, prefer the 5 leading zeros as being a true low serial number.
Because I know, Paul, I don't know if it was on your show, but I know someone said that they had a sealed bankroll. It was $501 bills, and they were selling the numbers from them. Like someone could have like number 1, and somebody wanted 666, and somebody wanted 777s, and somebody wanted like 13. So he was, of this bill of 500, he said it was in numerical order starting from number 1, or maybe it's 0, but he had a pack of 500, and he said, you tell me which number you want, and we're going to have a bidding war on it.
Wow. No, I don't think that was on unless because we had Kingdom Currency on here, and he's super smart guy about currency.
And I'm not even sure that they did that. Like, how would they cut them and stack them in numerical order? I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, if they have to replace an entire bank strap, I think It's usually all in numerical order.
Well,
Okay.
Snoopy Doo said they don't replace the same serial numbers. They replace.
Well, that's true. And what he's talking about is, like, say if you have if the serial number that they're needing to replace is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That particular serial number is not the serial number that they use on the replacement note itself. It's just, they create the amount of star notes, and then they'll just use those as single replacements, or if they have entire straps, they'll do it that way as well.
Yeah, I can tell you though, from doing these and since we've been having more and more currency on our show, people who collect currency go as nuts as error and variety collectors.
Oh, I believe it. Even like, anything you collect, like Hot Wheels, Star Wars stuff, like, I'm sure it's all the same.
Yeah, they love their currency.
I'm being called here, so
okay.
I want to thank you for inviting me here. I'm sorry I can't make.
No, Joe, thank you so much for being
here.
here. Absolutely. Tell your wife I said hi, and thanks for sharing you.
Absolutely. And again, I'm very reachable. You guys can always message me. I don't mind private messages if you want me to look at something or ask. I don't get offended. I enjoy it. So I know, Polly, you kind of kid and say you're always bugging me. You're never bugging me. I love learning stuff. I love teaching people, and I like learning new things. So you're never bothering me. I mean, just if you can just remember, and Paula is great about this and has not messed up once, just remember I'm on the East Coast. So I wouldn't email me or I wouldn't message me at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks again, Joe.
Enjoy
that baby.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, he's such a great guy, you guys. He is such a great guy. If you don't have his book or not part of, Joe has his own Facebook group too. So if you're not part of his Facebook group, I highly encourage you to join it.
That's true.
Just such a great guy and so helpful. So so we can get back to this, and then and thanks you guys in chat for welcoming him and being so welcoming. So.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a great find. I mean, it is a very low serial number.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the best of shape, but it's still worth something.
0428.
0428. Very good find.
I don't know whose turn it is.
I think it was mine. 2 fancy serial numbers from Sean P. Hi, I just wanted to share these cool bills that I have in my collection and get some extra info on them. I know the $1 bill is a 7 of a kind and the $20 bill is a radar. Would they be considered soft rotators? Thanks in advance. Love the show. Shout out to Blue Ridge. I've been watching him for about 1.5 years now. You guys inspired me to get into collecting and selling on eBay and having tons of fun doing it.
Awesome.
That's the most important thing. Have fun.
It's always about the fun.
Ooh.
So I remember that us talking with Kingdom Currency about eye appeal. I think this one has great eye appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it looks so great to me, but I like this one.
It's ones. Ones have probably the best eye appeal, and I'd say zeros as well.
Yeah, I think he mentions that too. Zeros and ones. Yeah. Now, if the only thing that would probably make this more valuable would be if the 9 was on either end, and probably more so at the beginning, because it would be a higher serial number. But if the ones were all together, it might be a little bit more valuable. But this is a good one. And the question of it being soft rotator, which means a rotator is one of those that you flip upside down and you can still read the numbers.
It would be a 6 though, right?
Yeah, they don't have to be the same numbers. So a regular rotator, or I guess what they call a strict rotator, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, but is 0s, 8s, 6s, and 9s. Because when you flip them over, they all still look like numbers. Whatever it is.
Whereas these ones, if you flip it upside down, they look more like a T.
Right, because the font is not
one.
You know, it's different. So, but they do. I guess they do consider that a soft rotator, from what I was looking at. So it would be, it would be that. Just doesn't have the eye appeal that a stricter one would.
Yeah, I see this. I forget about rotator and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Zeros, nines, and sixes. That's all I care about. It's just a 7 of a kind note, and that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Yeah,
it is really cool. I like the 9 in the middle too. I don't know why that it. Maybe because this would be one that I would spot. It would be easy to see. Like,
no, it's very easy to see.
Yeah, it has to be easy to see, or otherwise I'm going right past it.
Well, the next one's pretty cool too.
This is the same. This is a gosh.
Yeah, what do they call that, Paula?
A palindrome.
Yes.
Congrats.
Or a radar, they call it.
Thank you.
And also, this would be a soft rotator because it's got the ones in it. But you got zeros and nines, and it has great eye appeal too.
It's a trinary.
And it's trinary, yeah. So I think, this is pretty awesome. I wouldn't collect a lot of, higher denomination, but this one I certainly would.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's it. That was really, I'm super happy that Joe was able to come up here and talk about that Henning nickel, because I know a lot of people right away would say, but that doesn't have the looped R, and he was able to explain why it didn't have the looped R. So that's a pretty significant discovery, because how many of those have been passed over now?
Exactly. Because everybody's looked for that looped R in the past.
Yep, and him showing that other die marker besides the dot or the looped R, that's a pretty significant find. So
yeah.
And Lee was in the chat. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be able to get you guys together, and yeah. So super happy for you both. And I told Lee that I appreciated him trusting us to be able to help him with, and Joe with that, because he doesn't know us, or probably Joe from Adam,
Right.
So we always appreciate when you guys trust us, when you send coins to Joe and let him look at things and stuff like that. That's a big leap, and we appreciate the trust very much. It says a lot. So yeah, we can take some questions in chat too. If who's the kid screaming? Sorry, Kyle. I know, that's my zoo. They were quiet when Joe was here. I was glad. I kept muting myself.
Snoopy Doo wants to know if you rearranged your bookshelf and couch in that room, but I think it looks the same, doesn't it?
No, I think it's the same. I did put my picture up. It's not. I need to redo these because they're not even. Because I have another picture up there too. Our picture, our poster.
Nice.
But they're not equal. No, I didn't. I didn't rearrange it. I probably have more books on it now. I usually add a couple every month.
That's always fun.
Books are my favorite thing. Recommend a brand. So Dennis, if you go onto Amazon, here, hang on. Let me see if I can find the one that I use. They're like $10, $12. Really any scale that you can find that measures to the nearest 100, right? Scale. I wouldn't worry about it being expensive or cheap. I'll say coin
Joey
scale.
K.
Here,
No,
this
the
one.
the rest of us are not on Whatnot. Just Sean and Adam at this time.
Let me show you. Let's see. I'll share my screen. So this is the one that I use, and it's $9.99 on Amazon. Smart Way Digital Pocket Gram Scale. So
Kyle's asking if I can put the monthly giveaway from Michael Kittle in the chat, and I'm going to do that real quick.
Silver Stacker in Training said Whatnot can be addicting. It can be.
Yes, it can.
It can be, especially if you're watching Sean and Adam.
It's so addicting. I'm taking like 2 weeks off.
Well, you're not going to be around to ship stuff, so.
No, I'm not.
That's right. So if you haven't signed up for Michael Kittle's June monthly giveaway, go to that link and put in a comment in the comment section of that video. And Kyle is actually the person who supported him for that giveaway this month because it's his birthday month.
Congratulations.
So that's awesome.
Happy birthday month. Jeff Rowley sold himself a couple of Whams last week. What year?
97 and 93. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I hope they're both 99s. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be great. I have one 99.
That's one that I've never owned. I've never owned a 99 one.
I have one. It's a dog, but I have one.
Yeah, well, that's a problem. I don't want a dog.
Well, I know. It's not the greatest. It's not full of zinc
yeah.
rot and everything. It's just not the greatest, but I own it. Whatnot is fun. Yeah, I really like Whatnot. I do. I like it's as a buyer, I like the ease of it. So it's just easy.
Rebecca, I sent an answer to your email, I think, earlier today for the quarter.
Yeah, if you guys are going to buy coin scales, make sure that you are buying one that weighs to the nearest hundredth.
Yeah.
Not the 10th, not one that weighs like when you go to weigh a copper cent and you get 3.1. That's not what you want. Because those will always round up or round down. So they're not accurate enough, not when it comes to coins.
If you receive one from Amazon that has a little white powder on it, I would return it.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Would you wipe it down first?
Yeah. Yeah, no, let's not do that. We always go off track. Like we do so good for the first hour and 15 minutes. And then
hey, Joe threw out the nickel bag thing. I mean,
Joe did throw out the nickel bag. He sure did. I blame it all. It's Joe's fault. I'm going to blame him.
Jeffrey said he has a 1911 wheat with rotated die up now. The Whams went $8 for 2000s. They were the 2000 Whams. Good. So that's nice.
Congratulations.
That is not mine. Not bad.
So ask us some questions, you guys, because if you are done, we're done. Sean, you have any more announcements? You're not doing a Whatnot Friday, right?
Well, I'm doing one this Friday.
Oh, you are. That's right.
It's actually a
gold giveaway.
Yeah, we're doing a gold giveaway. We're giving away 4 1-gram gold 2023 Maple Leafs. So be there for that. But we also wanted to show support for Jen. I don't know if Jen's here tonight. Her AC went out at her house, so we are going to do a sale this Friday on Whatnot to get some money for her. She has a lot of coins that she sent me that we are going to sell Friday night in the hopes of getting close to what she needs. So
that's very kind of you. And Adam, you doing a sale Friday?
Yes, I'm doing one Friday, and then I'm gonna do a second one either Thursday before or the Monday after. I haven't determined yet.
Charlie, I did see your email about the V-nickel. So you guys have to understand, right now we have about 80 emails in the inbox, and that's very few for us. Your emails are answered in the order that they come. So we're typically about a week out. So if you're in a hurry to get your answer and you have a Facebook account, join our Facebook group. We have Joe's in our Facebook group. We have lots and lots of people in our Facebook group that help us out and are amazing. Join our Facebook group. Our email, we get bogged down in our email. So we're really working on it, and we're probably going to get even more behind since we're leaving on vacation. But Charlie, I did see your email. JJ, if you send us an email, we'll get to that. Charlie, I don't think there's anything unusual. If that answers your question, I don't think there's anything unusual about your V-nickel. They tend to tone kind of weird sometimes. So it may be just toning. I'll look at it a little bit closer when I have a chance, though. So if that helps.
Well, JJ was saying that he found a dump of 10 98 whams. So
wow.
He was kind of talking about that in the chat.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a nice dump.
Congratulations. I have a baggie full of like 99 broadstrokes.
Right. Jeffrey's asking, good question. Is machine doubled coins good to sell pre-1975?
Not if you want my opinion, no. No. Machine doubling is basically damage. It's post-striking damage. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Now, there are times when people think it's cool. If you sell it and you say it's machine doubling, not a double die, and somebody wants it because they think it's cool, sell it.
Hey, think about it like we were just talking about those counterfeits. You don't want to you don't want to try to trick somebody, saying, because we've seen, like, say that 69S has a huge double die on it, but we've also seen mechanical doubling on the same coin that has sold, not for the price of the other, but don't try to take advantage of someone saying, 69S double die, obviously. If you make it, if you tell them what it is, I mean,
you can sell anything.
Yeah, if somebody wants it.
You could sell a parking lot coin. If you advertise it as a damaged parking lot coin and somebody buys it, then they buy it. That's
I mean, I have an entire collection of really cool damaged coins. Stuff that I just think is kind of neat. Now, I don't like the fact that the anime Wong, was it the anime Wong, that there's a bunch of crying anime Wongs out there, and all it is different
bag marks.
Bag marks on her cheeks. I mean, okay, that's, whatever. Not to say I don't have a few in my collection now, but I didn't buy them, because you can obviously...
You didn't buy and overpay for them, let's put it that way.
Correct.
Chris E., I just got to get this in real quick. There actually is a type of, I guess it's a variety, on a Sacagawea dollar where... send us pictures, please. I would love to see it. Please. Yeah. I would love to see that. It may not be machine doubling.
Rocky Mountain Bear. Has anyone found an assassin coin with a Garrett built into it? Like a magic coin, but to make someone disappear permanently?
No, but I would like to own one. If you find one, Rocky Mountain Bear, I'll buy it.
Adam's got something to share. Show and tell.
Adam's cherry pick.
Show and brag when it's Adam. Come on.
Show and brag. Yeah, he's bragging about this tonight.
So I purchased this on eBay last night. I was cherry picking a particular seller that I go to quite a bit. I'm not going to share it. You don't share your, honey pot.
Your source.
Yeah. So anyway, 1946D, very nice Jefferson nickel here. It's got what looks like full steps. I don't know until I get it in hand, but it looks pretty good. But then check this out. So this is FS 501 for the 1946 Denver. Very nice condition. Yeah, this I don't know if you looked this price up, but the value on this coin is very, very pricey. So, and this proves that if you're vigilant enough and you can go cherry pick stuff that sellers put up, and maybe they don't realize that they put that up, or maybe they don't care. I don't know, but I mean that's a coin that
D over S, Dennis.
D
over
no,
S.
D over D.
Or D over D. So
Inverted.
yeah, horizontal, right? Yeah, D over horizontal D. I want to share something real quick. Who was it? I'm sorry, you guys. I have my memory. Chris. Does your Sacagawea look anything like this? Because this is something completely different than machine doubling. So send us pictures. I'm real curious to know if it looks anything like this.
Oh.
No, he said, okay. Well, send us pictures anyway. It could be like incused machine doubling or.
Thank you, Arnold.
No, doesn't look anything like it. Okay.
Joey, I haven't had any problems with that seller sending stuff that's not legit. Shannon actually bought his 39 double Monticello last year from the same seller. So.
And we all know how good that turned out.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. We got opinions. It was a Mint State 63 all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All the way to the bank.
Oh, yeah, it's making me sick right now.
Oh, Lordy.
There's a lot of people that want that coin.
I'm just glad I have something in my collection that somebody else wants, because there's not a lot of that. Believe me.
Yeah, it's a beautiful coin.
To find that in a 66 is just crazy, Shannon.
I know.
I mean, that's insane.
I didn't expect that, but
it's like I said, it's either the seller's just not paying attention, or they don't care. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't. So
right. And again, like we say, as a dealer, a lot of times dealers don't take the time, or they don't care as much. Maybe they've got somebody that helps them that just passes over stuff because they don't know.
Probably what it is, because as many listings as this seller puts up every day, they've got to have help. I mean, I would think.
Hey, I lost that thing I was going to give away.
You lost it. Thanks, Joey K.
I don't know where
Paula, are we giving away a membership?
We are giving away a membership. We're giving something else away, too, if I can find where I put it. I mean, I've been sitting here the whole time. Where could it have gone?
Yeah, coin shops are a good place, Joey, to find all kinds of.
Are you kidding me?
Varieties and errors.
Yes.
No, Paula. Coin shops are a great place to cherry.
I found it.
Oh, you're talking about something else.
I am. So we're going to be giving away a ANA sponsored gold membership pretty quick here, but we're also going to be giving this away because our winner from our 5 cave giveaway did not claim this.
What?
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
It's so.
It's so.
So we're going to be giving away this 1 ounce Pamp Suisse bar. I guess how do you say it? Suisse? Pamp Suisse.
Suisse meese. Like
Suisse.
the hot chocolate brand.
Yes. Pamp Suisse.
Suisse.
1 ounce silver. Fortuna.
Fortuna.
So I will pull up the giveaway tool. If you win a giveaway, if you win the ANA membership giveaway, please shoot us an email. Adam will get a hold of you. Let's see, StreamYard giveaway tool. Why am I not able to pull this up? StreamYard.
So say real quick, Parvis said found a 22D wheat penny, missing 2. So send us pictures, please. That would be awesome.
There it is.
We would like to see that.
I don't need a tutorial. I just want the giveaway page. If you already have an ANA membership, you can still enter this because you can give this away to somebody that does not have a membership. Or if you have a child, you can give them the membership.
And same for the silver piece as well. If you already have silver, heck,
go
ahead and put your entry in.
Now I'm going to say the same thing with this silver bar giveaway. If you win this, you have 72 hours to send us an email with your information. Otherwise, you'll forfeit it, and I'll keep it.
Is that like 3 days? 4 days? How many is 72 hours? That's a lot.
72 hours. That's plenty of time.
20, 46. Yeah, that's like 3 days.
All right. So this first giveaway is for the ANA membership. Thank you, the ANA, for donating these memberships to us.
William, to enter the gosh, he's going to put a word up there, and you're just going to type it in the chat, and it will recognize you and get you into the drawing.
Type away. Tulsa is your word.
And good luck.
And good luck, everybody.
Good luck. You'll need it.
You'll need it.
You'll need it.
ANA membership.
Tulsa's only what? 9 days away? 10 days?
Yeah.
10 days away, I guess. Less than 2 weeks.
Good luck, everybody. And if you haven't already hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that bell so you can notify when we go live. Thank you. Okay, has a W showing. Oh, nice.
Very nice.
It authenticates coin rolls. I don't know what you mean, Bob. You can send us a picture, but I'm sure that it is probably a legit West Point quarter.
And if you have a roll, more than likely you have more than one in there.
I think that's what he's thinking.
Yep. All right. A few more seconds. Get that Tulsa in there. Paula's getting hungry. It's dinner time.
It's din time.
Yep. All right. We're going to give this away. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
And 3, 2, 1, draw.
Go get it.
Hiram!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Hiram. Send us an email, please. And let's get the next thing going here. Oh, shoot.
Jimmy has a 1952 Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark on the back beside the building. Is that a proof coin?
No.
Didn't they also have
That's a
business
San
strike?
Francisco minted coin. Business strike.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do the giveaway for the pumps. And there you go. Good luck, everybody. There's your word.
Did you see Joey's message, Adam?
Yeah, he was hoping he had a DDO SMS.
You should look for that 5 on the cheek.
The one that's been debunked.
That special 5 on the cheek.
Actually, 66 SMS, you need to look for that no FG. That one is a big
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's even more valuable than the double profile.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's that hard.
I'm kind of sad I sold the one I got, but oh well. I sold it for good money.
You'll find it again.
Listen, there's
We know
rumors
how
that,
you are.
there's a rumor that 5 on the cheek may be in the cherry picker's guide.
What?
But it is what it is. So it is what it is.
Well, maybe in about 10 years, that VDBV might be in the cherry picker's guide.
Stop it. No, over my dead body.
Trigger alert.
Trigger.
Trigger.
All right, you guys, couple more seconds here. Is that the 5 variety? No, the 5 on the cheek is on the Roosevelt dime.
You're talking, Joey. You're thinking about the 62 proof
Yeah.
with the D on the bell.
Yeah, on the bell. All right, you guys, everybody, good luck. Here we go.
Good luck, everyone.
Mr. Ed. Congratulations, Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed's won a few giveaways.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, he's won a couple of things.
Congratulations.
That's more than I won. Let's put it that way.
Please send us an email with your YouTube name, your real name, and your shipping address, please. Make sure that you're in the United States. I believe Mr. Ed's in the U.S. All right. Anybody else have any more announcements? Amanda, thank you again for the work, all the work you did on the slides and everything. Appreciate it so much.
If you all want to know what my whatnot is, it's right here. Queen Schools. Right there in the corner of my picture there. But you need to type in.
Nothing else? Shannon?
No. Just remember, no show next Monday because we will be going live in Tulsa.
We will. And Sean and Adam's whatnot on Friday. And that's it. Tell everyone about my find. What about your find, David Carlo? What did you find? I'll tell him, David, if you tell me first.
And William says, raid coin schools.
Did I forget something, David? What'd you find? Looking forward to watching the stream from the beginning. Awesome. Yeah, Joe did a great job talking about it too, so you'll really enjoy it. Yeah, I'm really happy that he was able to come.
Joey, I checked already. No, I don't have 94 DDR.
Oh, you're 2000 YDM. Yeah.
So Lola Sean goes on like 7 o'clock Central Time, and then Adam goes on about 8:15, somewhere around there.
It's probably gonna be closer to 8 because I got a pretty big lineup. So
yeah.
But I had like 30 people in there before Sean rated me, so that was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Yes,
Yes,
PM. Lola. All right. Well,
that's it.
If nobody has anything else, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks again, you guys, for coming and hanging out with us. See ya. Yeah, we're gonna be in Tulsa in a week and a few days. So watch for our live streams. Make sure you guys have the bell rung. And yeah, have a good one.
And if you're there, come see us.
Yeah, if you're there, come and see us. Come say hi.
Absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Guys.